I just twisted my ankle a little bit. Damn it. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and as you can see, my car has a new hood on it. But this is not a permanent hood. It's only temporary on the car. So that's why I'm not going to modify it at all. Because otherwise I'd be tempted to just drill some holes in the plastic here, or just cut out the plastic completely. But at the same time, driving around like that with any weather that blows in, that'd be a bad idea. But, so yeah, it's got a 2.3 turbo hood. And there's this really friendly cat that keeps photobombing me whenever I try and film. Hi, buddy. Look at this. Look at this kitty. Oh, you're kind of fat, eh? You're cute, though. You're definitely a cutie. But I don't know whose cat it is, to be honest. It's somebody's cat in the neighborhood that always comes to photobomb me. But anyway, so yeah. This is like a 2.3 turbo car. 1980, so it actually has a hole in the hood, which I can show you guys that. And the hood's actually not in that bad a shape, because if you look at it, it is really not bad at all. And see, there's that kitty. Just keeps photobombing me. Keeps wanting my attention. I think it wants inside, but it's just like, I'm not letting you inside my house. But anyways, so you can see, this is actually not too bad. This could just be ground down and coated, and then you're going to go in these spots, right? Because it's just surface rust. It's not actually proper rust. And also, something else I did was under the hood, I actually swapped out the, my cat just keeps photobombing. But I swapped out the Holy carb in favor for my old Motorcraft back on the car. Reason being, that Holy carb needed a lot more fine tuning than I was able to currently give it. And because like hot starting was a bitch, cold starting it was a pain in the ass. And now I am down to this. But like I mentioned before though, is if you look, so you can see all these early 2.3 turbo carbed cars have this big hole like this in the hood. It's designed that way, and yeah, like literally, and if I peel back the insulation, you can see the fiberglass scoop underneath of that. So, you know, it's one of these things where making it functional is actually very easy. But if you look here, so this is quite a bit different than the Holly that I had on here. And the fuel line's a little weird. That's because for it to actually be straight properly, I'd need to try and bend this back, but I would kink this line if I tried, so I'm not going to do that. So the line is just like this. It's not restricting flow or anything. It just looks kind of funny. But, because one of the big things between this carb and the Holly was, and now I was going to film this whole process of swapping the carb, but I didn't. But this is honestly just a better carburetor. Like, the Holly is a good carb, don't get me wrong. But this Motorcraft design is actually very well done. And these early ones especially, because it actually has Holly-sized jets. So if you want to rejet this carb, you can just go get jets from, like, any performance shop. It's quite nice. The later ones had Motorcraft jets, and that was a problem. And now, like, something that I'm dealing with on this, it's a throttle cable situation, because I don't know if I'm getting full throttle at the moment. Because with this bracket here, because you can see, yeah, that's not full throttle. I can tell you that right now. Because full throttle is, that's still not full throttle, no. I am not actually getting full throttle right now. Because I can show you what full throttle looks like here. If I can get that throttle cable off. Give me a second. There we go. I just needed a screwdriver so I can get that throttle cable off properly. Because I just need to do that, wedge it in there, and just like that. So what full throttle actually looks like on this is all the way, keep going, keep going, keep going. Actually, oh, maybe it is full throttle. Yeah, it is. But it just, I don't know, there's something weird with this. I didn't think it was getting full throttle, but maybe it actually is. Because with that cable off, because I thought it was like binding, which it kind of was, but if you look, like, because it's hitting the throttle stop here, which, that's fine. Huh. I always thought that this went further down, which actually it's, yeah, it should. That's strange. I don't remember it. I thought, I mean, the Holley carb, I know actually, this would actually go all the way down here. That's why it's actually notched in this spot. But, yeah, I guess I am getting full throttle. It's just, I don't like how this is bending the way it is, though, so I should get that addressed. But it starts a lot easier now with this Motorcraft on it. There we go. And, like, to be honest, these Motorcraft carbs are fantastic. If anybody tries to tell you that, hey, don't get a Motorcraft carb, it's like, it's honestly one of the best carbs you can honestly buy when it comes to daily driving purposes. Performance-wise, this carb was actually really good for a while, but I need to rebuild this carb, which I need to get the money together to rebuild that carb. So, you know, just one of these struggles. But, I mean, like, check out how easy this is now. I did have this running a few hours ago. And you can see just how easy this thing is to start. Now, it's currently a bit of a mess in the car, but it's really not too bad. And because this would be, I mean, I started it like, I don't know, 2.5 hours ago, 3 hours ago. And now that I just technically pumped the carb, it should, I shouldn't even have to press the gas at all, because it should just, just like that. Now that Holley carb would have fought me so hard to do that. And now, and this carb isn't perfect. I need to basically, like, so technically, I can get away with, I'm pretty sure, of just taking that carb off, taking it apart, and cleaning it. Just with a bunch of carb clean, some brushes, get all the contaminants out of that carburetor, and then it should be okay, I would think. Which, the one thing is with those Motorcraft carbs, there's not much to them. Holleys are a tad more complicated. Not much, though. Like with this, I complain about having to change all the jets, because the one thing is, though, the jet design of this actually makes it better for when you're having to fill up the float bowl with fuel to actually start it for the first time. These Motorcrafts are a better design because Holleys, they're on the side of the carb and, you know, about halfway up the float bowl. While on this, the jets are actually at the bottom. So, yeah, there's that. Now, here's the thing. So this carb, well, it's really good. You can hear it idles pretty darn good overall. Just bounces a tiny bit on the RPM, but really not bad at all. Considering it's not fully warmed up yet, it's one of those things. But, you know, because before I vapor locked this car in the summertime, this carb was perfect. But then I vapor locked the carb, and I guess it may have, who knows, when I vapor locked, it may have gotten some contaminants within the carburetor, and that's what's causing the issues. So, what I'll have to do, and again, just take the carb off, clean it out, put it back on, see if that makes a difference. And also, because who knows, maybe there's contaminants within the carburetor that are actually making it so that this thing does not, because I thought I didn't have full throttle, but I actually do. However, contaminants within the carburetor that makes the performance down on this car. Because this thing should have really good performance, at least for what it is. Especially with the small tires, I should be able to dump the clutch and get actually axle hob, and then it goes. But instead, I dump the clutch, and this thing falls flat on its face. So that's kind of a problem, to be honest. You know, it's just something that is quite annoying, because I kind of expected going back to this car would be perfect again. Be able to do that, because when I put it away, it wasn't, but, you know, I just have to clean it, because I think that's what I have to do. Because I don't think it needs to be rebuilt per se, just I think cleaning it. It's not a bad idea to get a rebuild kit, but a lot of stuff a rebuild kit I wouldn't even use, because a lot of the parts in that carburetor are absolutely fine. Like if there's a rebuild kit that comes with a float, I wouldn't use it because it'd be a plastic float. I've got a brass float, which is so much better. You know, and it's just, it's one of these things, you know. Because on the highway, like, I'm having to use like full throttle a lot of the time, because I thought I wasn't getting it, but I guess I am. It's just difficult to find that sort of spot when I'm actually hitting the pedal, because at times it feels like I'm not hitting the bottom, but I guess I am. I do wonder though, because something that I'm curious about, because there's the throttle stop that is on the carburetor itself on the bottom there, and I do wonder if I modified that, would I actually be able to get more throttle out of it, or would it just not even work? So there's that, but like, I'm happy with the car and everything. It's just, there's some things that need to be just adjusted, right? But you know, and I'm happy with the new hood. Again, I'm just borrowing it off a friend of mine. But hang on, if I move that, this actually fell off the hood while we were when we were doing the swap, because you can see on the back side of this, I'll just shut this off, doesn't need to be running, but you can see just all the kind of that rust layer that came up, right? So that's just caked on this thing, which, you know, because this should just be like an adhesive, and yeah, because normally how it looks, because I'll show you how these early, so every 79 to 82 Mustang, excluding any with the pace car scoop, they would have this little badge, and it goes, come on, really? There we go. This head's kind of iffy that way, but you know, and it'll just go in. There's a couple holes here, go on like that, but yeah, and you know, and it looks pretty cool, to be honest. And you only see this on early Mustangs, early Fox bodies, because the later ones don't have this. Again, 79 to 82 are the only years to have that. 83, they changed the hood design entirely. It actually drooped down a little more, and got rid of some of these lines on the hood. Actually, they are different. So, but yeah, and then this scoop they actually kept for quite a while, through the mid 80s, and it's nice. And if anybody's wondering about the Capri over there, I'm not really doing much with her. I am just going to, I'll still drive it, just only in town. I'm not taking it on the highway. And, yeah, because I think I know what's the problem with that thing. And you might ask, what is the problem? Well, I'm pretty sure that the rusty fuel line is letting air into it, but not actually letting fuel, like not actually leaking fuel, but letting air in. And that's what's causing my issues. However, look what I got, finally, to put on this car. The only thing is, I do not have the mounting hardware, because if you're wondering, what is this? This is a fan shroud. These inline 6s never came with a fan shroud. For the entire run of the 200 inline 6, at least, and 250s, within North America, because Australia may have, I don't know, never had a fan shroud. So this will fit just barely with the big rad, but it will fit. I do have one that, for that car as well, that I'll be putting on. It's just, I don't have it here. I'll pick it up next time I'm up in Edmonton. And, yeah, it'll honestly be good to have this on the car. And this came in the horde of parts, and this is actually an early one, because if you notice, there's no, expansion tank on this. Like, there isn't the overflow, right? Bottle isn't, because actually it would go like this. So yeah, there's, on the later ones, there's an overflow bottle that sits right here. Well, on these, it's actually up here. So it's actually within the same sort of thing as the washer fluid. bottle, which later cars, the washer fluid actually goes into the fender. I don't know why they did it that way, but they could have just kept this design that this one has, but regardless. So, yeah, so I got a fan shroud. Just a plastic one, but it'll be fine. Not too much. I don't have any mounting hardware for it, which I don't even know if this rad has the holes for it, but I can always just zip tie it in. And it's interesting because it's held in by the top, so really, just zip tie these two on and then just cut them if I ever need to take it out. Simple as that. You know, I wanted to swap that this weekend when I was swapping the carburetor, but I just didn't have enough time. Because, so, our family had Thanksgiving dinner yesterday. There was not very many of us. Like, there was only, what, 6 or 7 total? And it is just one of these things where I had to be there, and I left the house early. I wanted to leave a lot earlier than I did, but I just overslept and left left at like 10 o'clock instead of the like 8 or 9 o'clock that I wanted to leave by, because that would have given me enough time to swap it out. Like, I can have the fan out in one of these things if I have a ratcheting wrench, like not a ratchet, but those wrenches that like the quick wrenches and stuff like that. I can have that fan out within about my record, because I did it so often at one point, because I was battling cooling issues and I had to take the fan off constantly at one point. But I got it. I think I had the fan out within 2 minutes and 48 seconds, I think it was. I timed myself once just for shits and giggles. But I don't know, like, to be honest, it's kind of funny though, because this hood almost matches the trunk lid too. And it looks fine. I do want to actually just wire wheel this down, sand this down, and spray it all black, I think. That's the way I'm going to go. It'll look fine, to be honest. Because the brown is just not doing it for me. And I might do something with the trunk lid here soon too, but, you know, I am currently, because if you're wondering, well, what's going on with the header and stuff like that, I'm waiting for parts. I should have the header bolts in this week, I think. I think they finally got shipped out. So, fingers crossed on those. And I still need more money together, though, to actually afford to not install the header, but to install the header and hook it up to the exhaust. Because the header, I'm going to install that myself. But, you know, and that's the one thing, I want that carburetor perfect for then. So when there's a nice enough day, like today would have been the day to do it, but I didn't. I was screwing around with the throttle cable and making sure that I had full throttle and stuff. So yeah, and I don't like the articulation of that, to be honest, because I think that'll screw up the cable again. So I need to figure something out. I need to get a new mount, to be honest, made. Just pain in the ass. And I don't have any metal that's thick enough to make a mount out of. Coincidentally, like, I could maybe modify that existing one and just cut the one thing off and move it back so that it doesn't bind like that, but I don't know, figure something out. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It's you know, I love being able to drive this car again. I had it parked for a while, and because of the throttle cable issue, and just being able to drive this car again really puts a smile on my face. But like I said, it should have a lot more power than it does. So something with the carburetor, because it was doing this with the Holly as well, which is, the Holly just had issues though, and I figured it was just the Holly carburetor not being fine-tuned, but it's doing this with this one as well. So I'll clean it out, see what happens, and yeah, go from there. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.